brothers and sisters, and friends. My name is Lieutenant Jay Garcia. I'm with the New Mexico State Police Training Bureau. On behalf of the Department of Public Safety, the New Mexico State Police, and Chief Tim Johnson, we'd like to welcome you all to the Department of Public Safety 2022 Award Ceremony. At this time, please stand for the presentation of colors and remain standing for the national anthem. Auditor, please present the colors.
All uniform personnel, attention! All uniform personnel, reason arms!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All uniform personnel, order arms! Right, turn.
Thank you, Honor Guard, for the posting and the presentation of the colors. Everyone, please be seated. I'd like to take this time to introduce a group of individuals sitting to my right and some dignitaries in the audience as well. To my right, we have Chief Tim Johnson, Deputy Chief Troy Wiesman, Deputy Chief Matthew Broom, Major Dale Wagner, Major Lorenzo Aguirre, and Major Travis Skinner. In the audience, we have General Randy Raymaker, Director of Joint Staff, Recruiting and Retention Commander Mario Chaparro, and State Command Sergeant Major Richard Smith. Thank you for your attendance and thank you for your service. I would like to introduce the Chief of the New Mexico State Police, Chief Tim Johnson. Chief Johnson began his career as a New Mexico State Police recruit in 2000 and graduated from the 64th Recruit School. Probably not as hard as the second verse, but maybe pretty close. His first assignment was District 1 of Santa Fe until he transferred to the Training Bureau. He promoted to Sergeant in Narcotics in Deming and stayed there until he transferred to Santa Fe as the Public Information Officer. He was promoted to Lieutenant in the Investigations Bureau in Albuquerque, then promoted to Captain as the Director of Special Investigation Division. From there, he was promoted to Major over the Investigations Bureau. On April 5th, 2019, he was named the 22nd Chief of the New Mexico State Police. During his tenure as Chief, from September 2020 to August 2021, he also filled the role as Cabinet Secretary. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome me to the podium, Chief Jim Johnson.
I didn't prepare anything, so we'll see how today goes. When he said, when I got appointed on April 5th, I realized today was 4 years, which is awesome. Never would have thought I got this job, never, for sure, so I didn't think I would hold it for 4 years, but here we are. I want to thank everybody for being here. I realize traffic made it very difficult for a lot of us this morning. If you want someone to blame, is the District 1 Commander here, Damian Brown? That was a serious question. Is he in here? Go ahead and stand up, sir. Let's boo him. Let's boo him. If you love the state police and want to blame somebody else who actually handled it, the sheriff of Santa Fe County is like 2 routes over. So if we boo even louder, he'll be able to hear us. So let's give him one too. But I appreciate everyone being here. I say this every year when we have awards. We had a positive for a couple years based on, due to COVID. Our society, sometimes police executives, we're really good at managing all the terrible things that our departments do and some of our personnel and how we handle them, and we're not as good at rewarding the people that are doing excellent jobs. And the people that you will see and hear from today and hear the stories of, those are the best we have. And they had an excellent 2022 based on their districts or some of the events they were involved with. So it's super important that we don't always allow the naysayers or the people who don't believe in this profession to always have the microphone, and sometimes give the microphone to the folks who are actually kicking butt out there. And you'll see all of them today. So super important day for us. Thank you so much for coming. Those of you coming from Albuquerque, thank you for waiting an hour and a half, an hour 45 like I did, hopefully patiently. Although I did see some unmarked vehicles with their lights on the shoulder and in the median that were not headed to help with the crash. Someone might be over here. But I'd like to thank Sarah for putting all this together, Ms. Koss, and the executive administrative assistant, the staff who brought all of you here today and planned this. And then more importantly, the folks that are getting awards today and their families that support them day in and day out so we can do this job. I love this agency. I love the people that make it up. And today will be a great day for us. So thank you so much for being here. We'll get started with it. Thanks.
Thank you, Chief. I'd like to thank everyone that's in attendance today. Officers, civilian staff, family. Know that you make the Department of Public Safety and the New Mexico State Police what it is. Now for the real reason we're here. Recognition. Recognizing the officers and the civilians that have gone above and beyond to make the state of New Mexico a better and a safer place for the citizens. Thank you for all your actions and everything you've done. We have 64 awards to give out to both officers and civilian personnel. When your coworker or loved one is called, feel free to applaud, whistle, cheer, jump up, and holler. Feel free to come up to the front of the podium in the middle of the stage or in the middle of the gymnasium here and take as many pictures and photographs as you would like as well. Most importantly, enjoy the loved one's accomplishments. But without the support and the loving from the people at home, these accomplishments would be hard to achieve. So thank you all for supporting the officers at home and the civilian staff. For the awardees, enjoy your award and enjoy the moment because the ceremony is for you. So let's get started. As I said, we have many awards to present. I'd like to start the ceremony with the highest award the department will give an officer, the Medal of Valor Award. If I can get the awardees to come to the left of the stage, please. The Medal of Valor is the highest award presented to DPS. The recipient of the medal displays conspicuous gallantry and integrity at the risk of their own life, above and beyond the call of duty. This year, we have 2 recipients of the Medal of Valor Award. The recipients of the award were Officer Conrad Mades and Officer Alexis Garcia from District 2, Las Vegas. Officer Mades and Garcia, please make your way to the chief to accept your award. On July 16, 2022, New Mexico State Police received a report of a helicopter crash near US 84. The helicopter that had crashed was PCSO helicopter Metro 2. Fuel was reported to be leaking, and the 4 occupants were pinned and trapped in the helicopter. Officer Mades and Garcia were unable to drive to the location due to the locked gate. The officers jumped over the barbed wire fence and began running towards the possible crash site. The officers located the crash and located the 4 occupants. Assessing the occupants, 2 occupants were alive. Then they located the other 2 occupants, realizing they were unresponsive. Officer Mades and Garcia extracted the 2 individuals who were losing consciousness and began CPR on both until EMS arrived and took over the life-saving procedures. Although the lives of the 4 occupants were lost that day, New Mexico State Police officers Conrad Mades and Alexis Garcia displayed great heroism. They were aware of the immediate risk of the potential fire due to the leaking fuel. These officers displayed conspicuous gallantry and integrity while rendering aid to our fallen brothers. Officer Mades and Garcia followed all policy and regulations in the situation of high stress and chaos. Officer Mades and Garcia, thank you for your heroism, humility, and perseverance to save lives. Next, I'd like to present the Life Saving Award. If I can get all the awardees for the Life Saving Award to the left of the stage, please. These awards are given to those who performed actions or who applied techniques that resulted in saving or sustaining a human life. This award is only open to commissioned personnel. We have 9 officers that will be receiving the award today. First officers receiving the life-saving award were Officer Eric Galindo and Officer Manuel Hernandez out of District 6 Grants and District 11 Tier C. Officer Galindo and Hernandez, please make your way to the chief for your presentation of the award. On June 15, 2022, Officer Galindo and Hernandez were at Parfait gas station in Santa Fe, New Mexico. They were advised by a customer that someone had crashed the vehicle and the driver appeared to be unconscious. The officers observed a female driver slumped over toward the passenger side of the vehicle. Officer Galindo observed the female to be unresponsive and had shallow breathing. Officer Hernandez broke out the passenger window to gain entry into the vehicle. Officer Galindo activated EMS and the officers removed the female from her vehicle to render aid. The used syringe was located on the front seat and Officer Galindo used his DRE training and observed her pupils to be constricted, which were signs of a possible overdose. Officer Galindo administered numerous doses of Marque, which brought the female out of unresponsive state. She was transported to the hospital by a paramedic where she was conscious, breathing, and walking on the road. Thank you, Officer Galindo and Hernandez. Because of your quick actions, training, and empathy, you were paramount in saving this individual's life. The next recipients for the Life-Saving Award were Officers Officer David Gill, Officer Angel Moreno, and Officer Mario Villanueva out of District 7 Chama and Espanola. Officer Gill, Officer Moreno, and Officer Villanueva, if you can please make your way to the chief for your award. On October 9, 2022, Officer Mario Villanueva was off duty on Forest Road 137 in County Lawn. He was flagged down by an individual requesting a cell phone wanting to report an ATV crash not far from their location. Officer Villanueva located the crash and located an unresponsive male with shallow breathing, bleeding from his nose and mouth. Officer Villanueva stabilized the male and placed him into a recovery position. Knowing the area, Officer Villanueva quickly left the male to find cell phone coverage, which allowed him to call in state police and EMS resources with the exact coordinates of the crash. Officer Villanova returned to the scene, finding Officers Gill and Officer Moreno already on scene. The officers performed first aid and were able to hold the nail in a recovered position for almost an hour before EMS arrived. The young man was ultimately transported to UNMH Hospital in Albuquerque, where he remained in ICU for the next 2 months. Thank you, Officer Gill, Officer Moreno, and Villanova. Due to your quick responses, confidence in training, and calm thinking, we were able to sustain the young man's life so that his family and friends could spend more time with him. Thank you. Next recipient of the Life Saving Award is Agent Russell Martinez. Agent Martinez isn't able to be here with us today. I'd like to give a brief little synopsis on his earning of the award. On March 2nd, 2022, Agent Martinez observed a single vehicle roll over near the 202 milepost on Interstate 25. There was a male single driver with significant injury and bleeding to his head and arm. Once Agent Martinez arrived, the fire ignited on the vehicle in the crash area with the no driver trapped inside. An Albuquerque police officer detective arrived and attempted to extinguish the fire with his department fire extinguisher. During that time, Agent Martinez was attempting to gain entry by using a crowbar to pry open the driver's side door. Agent Martinez was able to open the door and remove the driver to safety. Agent Martinez then provided medical attention to the driver until EMS arrived on scene. His award will be sent to his district where he will receive it. The next recipient is Sergeant Janice Madrid. Brief synopsis on Sergeant Madrid is on September 24th, 2022, Officer Madrid was off duty at the San Diego Casino. Ms. Sandra Montgomery, who had lost her son a few days earlier to suicide, was also at the casino attempting to clear her head from the loss of her son. As Ms. Montgomery was leaving, she started to feel lightheaded and went into cardiac arrest. Sergeant Madrid observed this and immediately began CPR until the EMS arrived and took over the life-saving techniques. The next recipient of the life-saving award, Sergeant Kilpack, who could not be with us here today, Officer Stephen Montano. Officer Montano, you make your way to the chief for the presentation of the award. On October 9th, 2022, Sergeant Kilpack and Tactical Flight Officer Montano, along with hoist operator Curtis Tenorio and Tactical Flight Medic Jody Esabel, launched a rescue mission along with the New Mexico Army National Guard into the Gila Wilderness. They were on a rescue mission for a Boy Scout group that had planned a hiking trip into the wilderness. The Boy Scouts had encountered heavy rains, which cut them off from all trails because of rising floodwaters. The weather posed a serious challenge for the crew, and severe weather was expected during the duration of the rescue. The crew of Able 7 departed Albuquerque and flew toward the Gila Wilderness, diverting their flight path numerous times because of the rough weather. They located the Boy Scout campsite with GPS coordinates they had received the night prior. Tactical Flight Officer Montano was lowered into the campsite via a hoist when he discovered a smaller group on the other side of the river that had also been cut off due to rising waters. They began hoisting 2 children at a time, conducting multiple lifts. The children were transported to the Gila Visitor Center, where they were treated and cared to. The crew of Able 7 repeated this process numerous times until they successfully hoisted and rescued 20 individuals during the rescue mission. The professionalism, expertise, technical skills, and selfless service and commitment to the safety of others by the whole crew led to the extraordinary life-saving rescue operation that helped save the lives of numerous individuals. Thank you, Officer Montano. Next, we have the Notorious Achievement Award. This award goes to employees displaying unusual attention to duty, performance of assigned functions in an excellency effective manner, and in general, exemplifying a commitment to excellence. We have 12 employees that will be receiving this award. If you awardees can please make your way to the left side of the stage, please. recipient of the Notorious Achievement Award is Sergeant Paul Lopez. Sergeant Lopez, if you can please make your way to the chief for the presentation of your award. Sergeant Lopez did an overall exceptional job managing officers and his railroad, keeping everything balanced and running in District 1. In March of 2022, Sergeant Lopez was provided yellow notice to generate a 24-hour rotating patrol schedule involving officers from 3 different districts around the state. That not only provided law enforcement protection for the local area, but also surrounding communities, and also the city of Santa Fe. This was done to help the city of Santa Fe during the grievance of the loss of one of the fellow officers. In April 2022 to June 2022, Sergeant Lopez was tasked with District 1 response to the Calf Canyon, Hermit's Peak, and Cerro Valero fires. He oversaw the deployment of officers to both locations while holding down the checkpoints himself. He was also responsible for maintaining the assigned officer schedules and ensuring they received the mandatory rest time. He was the main contact for briefings involving supervisors and command staff of not only the state police districts, but also New Mexico Game and Fish and other federal entities. Thank you, Sergeant Lopez, and congratulations. The next recipient is Miss Christina Torres, DPS Communications Bureau. Ms. Christina Torres will be the chief of the award. On July 16, 2022, Ms. Torres was working her shift during the Hermit's Peak Calf Canyon fire when she answered the 911 incoming call. The 911 help call she answered was from the pilot of the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department, as his helicopter was going down, ultimately crashing. Ms. Torres realized the caller was no longer listening and only pleading for help. Ms. Torres stayed on the phone even after the caller was unresponsive until officers arrived at the scene. Ms. Torres continued to answer her radio and incoming calls while providing crucial services to both officers and individuals calling into the communications center. Ms. Torres was able to hold her composure when most others may not have been able to. Thank you, Ms. Torres, and congratulations. Next recipient that's not able to be with us today is Officer Quintana. On June 16, 2022, Officer Quintana was dispatched to assist Colfax County Sheriff Department with a suicidal male subject. Officer Quintana located the male subject standing in the middle of the intersection in Maxwell, New Mexico, holding a knife to his throat and stating he wanted to kill himself. Officer Quintana had previously been trained in crisis intervention and had stayed talking to the man for almost 2 hours in 95-degree temperatures. The effective use of communication skills got the male to drop the knife and give himself up to law enforcement, allowing him to receive the proper medical attention he needed. Thank you, Officer Quintana. Congratulations. Next recipient is Officer Rachel Hall and Officer Roland Benali out of District 6 Gallup. Officer Benali, if you can make your way to the chief with your award. Officer Hall could not be with us here today. On August 7, 2022, Officer Hall was patrolling on New Mexico 566 when she observed a female standing at the railing on a high bridge over the railroad tracks in Rio Pueblo. Officer Hall made contact with the female and noticed she was distraught and suicidal. Officer Hall began speaking to the female in hopes to talk her off the bridge. Officer Benali arrived to the scene and observed the train approaching their location and perceived an elevated risk that the female may jump. Officer Benali signaled the intent to act to Officer Hall. Officer Hall kept the female distracted, allowing Officer Benali the time to come up behind her, pulling her off the bridge railing with the assistance from Officer Hall. Then they were able to secure the female until the EMS arrived and when she was transported to the hospital. Thank you, Officer Benali and Officer Hall, and congratulations. Next recipient is Officer Daniel Cedillos, who could not be with us here today. On April 4th, 2022, Officer Cedillos was patrolling northbound on US 550 when the fellow officer radioed the wrong-way driver not far from Officer Cedillos' location, heading into his direction. Officer Cedillos turned his unit around, activated his emergency equipment to warn oncoming traffic. The subject vehicle swerved around Officer Cedillos, almost striking in front of his unit, and continuing driving southbound on the northbound lanes. The pursuit continued south with speeds ranging between 60 to 100 miles an hour. The subject vehicle came close to hitting 2 passenger vehicles and a school activity bus carrying 12 people. Officer Cedillos attempted a pit intervention technique, pursuit intervention technique, also known as the PIT, at approximately 94 miles an hour. When Officer Cedillos made contact with the vehicle, it caused the front end of Officer Cedillos' unit to come off the ground. The subject's vehicle swerved, almost causing his vehicle and Officer Cedillos' vehicle to collide with the guardrail. The attempt was unsuccessful, and the subject continued. After swerving, the vehicle ended up in the southbound lane, traveling south. The subject approached another southbound vehicle, forcing the vehicle to the shoulder to avoid it from being struck. Officer Cedillos was able to attempt another pit maneuver at about 60 miles an hour. When Officer Cedillos made contact, it caused the front end of his unit to go into the air. Officer Cedillos was able to get the vehicle stopped and the driver into custody. Officer Cedillos was aware of the dangers posted of utilizing the pit maneuver at a high rate of speed, not only to the subject, but to the officer as well. Not only this, he still put his own safety on the line to protect the lives of others. Thank you, Officer Cedillos. Next recipient of the Meritorious Achievement Award is Agent Bankston. Agent Bankston, if you can make your way to the Achievement Award. On September 6, 2022, Agent Bankston was working a case involving stolen vehicles. During the investigation, it was found that the vehicles may have been connected to a burglary of a gun store near Rancho, New Mexico. Agent Bankston went back to the hotel where the vehicles had been seen, but were not at the location any longer. Agents interviewed a female who was in the room associated with the vehicles. She did confirm that the people she knew had stolen some guns and provided a lot more good information to the agents. Agent Bankston wrote a search warrant for the suspect's cell phone data, including its location. He then wrote a search warrant for the house where some of the guns were taken. The following day, he then wrote a follow-up search warrant, which allowed him to see the location of the suspect's phone with greater accuracy. Agent Bankston and others located a vehicle containing a cell phone. Two subjects ran from the vehicle and entered another house which was different from the previous ones that had been searched. Agent Bankston then wrote another search warrant for that house to be searched. In the end, Agent Bankston wrote 4 search warrants, which produced 3 arrests and a recovery of 19 stolen guns worth over $20,000. In 2022 alone, Agent Bankston had written over 173 warrants, but most of those being cell phone warrants, which are highly technical. Thank you, Agent Bankston, and congratulations on your award. Next recipient of the award is Agent Thomas Mays. Agent Mays, please make your way to the chief for the presentation of your award. In March 2022, Agent Mays was working in an investigation that led to an arrest search warrant that produced over $16,000 in cash and over 1,000 fentanyl pills, heroin, powder cocaine, crack, and 9 guns. This also led to the arrest of a target saying the supplier was known as Gordo and lived in Mexico. Agent Mays was working another case when the second target, also supplier, mentioned Gordo. This led to an extensive investigation as the Region 3 team, led by Agent Mays and assisted by DEA, began to connect various dealers to Gordo. The team was able to obtain a federal wiretap warrant, which opened the floodgates to a bunch of incriminating evidence. To date, the wiretap evidence has led to numerous warrants resulting in seized drugs worth over $10 million total. 10 million. 10 people have been federally indicted with overcome. The initial tips from 2 longtime informants of Agent Mays that he kept in the long run. Thank you, Agent Mays, and congratulations. Next recipient is Officer Sean Heaton. Officer Heaton, if you can make your way to the chief of the award. In 2019, New Mexico State Police began utilizing WatchGuard systems as our solution for body camera and dash camera combination for its 700 sworn personnel. Officer Healy has met this project head-on, constantly demonstrating an unparalleled work ethic. For this project to function, a thorough understanding of the department's network infrastructure is needed. Officer Healy has superior knowledge of the DPS network system and is an expert with WatchGuard, CAD, tracks, and program. Officer Healy is often seen as the go-to person when breakdowns occur or questions arise with these systems and programs. Officer Healy has also dedicated himself to train officers so that they may be knowledgeable and efficient while using these resources. He has also devoted his time while on duty and off duty to answer calls, phone calls, texts, emails from officers with equipment failures. Officer Healy works with dedication and focus, demonstrating amazing professionalism dealing with challenges that come his way. On top of his primary duties, Officer Gigi also serves as the commander of the New Mexico State Police Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Team. He is often tasked with numerous missions in this unit and still seamlessly performs his duties in the Special Projects Unit. Thank you, Officer Gigi, and congratulations. Next award, the Notorious Achievement Award, is for Mr. Eugene Lombardi. Mr. Lombardi, if you can please make your way to the chief of the presentation of the award. Mr. Lombardi has shown exemplary performance in many aspects of his assigned areas of focus when called upon for assistance for assigned new tasks. He always rises to the occasion without question and has gone over and beyond throughout his past year. In early 2022, a call came out where there was a missing middle-aged man who had returned home from the mountains near Espanola. It was reported that he wasn't prepared for the cold weather and had little wilderness knowledge. Mr. Lombardi's assistance was requested in loading the rescue ATV and preparing it so that it could be sent up for the search. When the sergeant had arrived at the fleet office to pick up the ATV had been fueled, prepped with rescue gear, and was ready to go. Within 10 minutes, the sergeant and Mr. Lombardi were headed to the area that the man was said to be lost or missing. After 3 hours into the mission, they had located the missing individual in roughly 3.5 feet of snow, stuck roughly 20 miles into the mountain, cold and soaking wet. As temperatures continued to drop in the canyon, it's believed that the individual would have suffered severe hypothermia and frostbite if they had not located him. Furthermore, without Mr. Lombardi's time of service when called upon, it would have taken an additional hour for the team to be on the road to rescue the stranded individual, possibly making it a worse outcome. Thank you, Mr. Lombardi, and congratulations. Next recipient of the Notorious Achievement Award is Mr. Curtis Denodio. Flight medic Jody Esquivel, also getting the award, wasn't able to be here today. On October 9, 2022, Sergeant Kilpack, Tactical Flight Officer Montano, along with waste operator Curtis Denodio and Tactical Flight medic Jody Esquivel, launched a rescue mission along with the New Mexico Army National Guard into the wilderness. They were on a rescue mission for the Boy Scouts, planned a hiking trip into the wilderness. The Boy Scouts would encounter heavy rains, which kept them off from all trails because of rising waters. The weather posed a serious challenge for the crew, as severe weather was expected during the duration of the rescue. The crew of April 7 departed, along with Mr. Denodio and the crew, and were diverted numerous times because of rough weather. They located the Boy Scout campsite. Mr. Curtis Denodio was the hoist operator in April 7 that strategically and safely lowered Tactical Flight Officer Montano and Tactical Flight Medic Esquivel into the campsite at Yellow Place. His prestige accuracy allowed for safe delivery of the tactical medic. Esquivel allowed her to perform the medical needs of the individuals being rescued. Mr. Denodio, the tactical medic, repeated this process numerous times until they successfully hoisted more than 20 individuals from this rescue mission. These two individuals' technical skills and selfless service led to the extraordinary life-saving rescue operations that helped the lives of numerous individuals. Thank you, Mr. Denodio and Ms. Esquivel. Congratulations to everybody who received the Notorious Achievement Award. Next, we will recognize the Officers of the Year. New Mexico State Police Uniform District Officers of the Year, please make your way to the left side of the stage. New Mexico State Police is comprised of 12 district offices. Each district selects an Officer of the Year, which also nominates that officer for the New Mexico State Police Overall Officer of the Year Award, which will be announced after the 12 awards have been given out. Officers, once you receive your award, you can stay over here on the right side of the stage until the Overall Officer of the Year Award is announced. The 12 recipients of the District Officer of the Year Award are as follows. Out of the Uniform Officer of the Year out of District 1 Santa Fe, Officer Eugenio Esparza. Uniform Officer of the Year out of District 2 Las Vegas, Officer Jacob Castillo. Uniform of the Award. Uniform Officer of the Year, District 3 Roswell, Officer Austin Wilson. Uniform Officer of the Year out of District 4 Las Cruces, Officer Miguel Ramirez. Uniform Officer of the Year out of District 5 Albuquerque, Officer Jerry Wolf. Uniform Officer of the Year out of District 6 Gallup, Officer Alejandro Solis Torres. Uniform Officer of the Year out of District 7 Espanola, Officer Gabriela Rodriguez. Uniform Officer of the Year out of District 8 Alamogordo, Officer Matthew Berard. Uniform Officer of the Year out of District 9 Clovis, Officer Braxton Bamber. Uniform Officer of the Year out of District 10 Farmington, Officer Marissa Marque. Uniform Officer of the Year out of District 11 Socorro, Officer Christopher Franklin. Uniform Officer of the Year out of District 12 Deming, Officer Zachary Talavera. Congratulations to all of you. Now for the Department Uniform Overall Officer of the Year. Officer Gabriela Rodriguez. Now we're going to move to the Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Officer of the Year. CVE Officer of the Year, if you can please line up to the left side of the stage. Again, as you receive your award, come to the right of the stage until the overall Officer of the Year is announced. The New Mexico State Police Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Officer of the Year out of District 3, Officer Michael Wheeler. Next, Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Officer of the Year out of District 5, Officer Lloyd Rodriguez. Next, Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Officer of the Year out of District 8, Officer Justin Maese. Next, we'll name the Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Officer of the Year, overall Officer of the Year award. That award goes to Officer Michael Wheeler. Next, we'll hand out the Investigation Bureau Agents of the Year awards. New Mexico State Police Investigation Bureau Agents of the Year, please make your way to the left side of the stage. By winning this award, they are also nominated for the New Mexico State Police Overall Agent of the Year award. Once you receive your award, you can just make your way to the right of the stage until the overall agent is announced. recipient of the Investigation Bureau Special Investigative Unit Agent of the Year is Officer Tanya Benaldi. Next recipient of the Investigation Bureau Technical Unit Agent of the Year is Agent Norman Rose, who could be with us here today. Next for the Investigation Bureau Crime Suppression Unit Agent of the Year, Agent Nolan Sniper. Next, Investigation Bureau Zone 1 Agent of the Year, Agent Michael M. Velasquez. Next, the Investigation Bureau Agent Zone 2 Agent of the Year, Agent Shane Faulkner, who could be with us here today. The Investigation Bureau Zone 3 Agent of the Year, Agent Miguel Caetano, who could be with us here today. Investigations Bureau Zone 4 Agent of the Year, Agent Fabian Picasso. Investigation Bureau Zone 5 Agent of the Year, Agent Jonathan Butler.
Smile, Butler. Smile.
Next, we'll announce the New Mexico State Police overall Agent 50. That award goes to Agent Jonathan Butler.
Good job, Butler. Way to go.
Congratulations to all of you. You all may be seated. Now we move on to the Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Inspector of the Year. I'll announce the names. The two individuals were able to make it today. CD inspectors are civilian inspectors who inspect commercial motor vehicles at the port of entries. They inspect the CMVs and note all violations according to the state statute and federal regulations. Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Inspector of the Year out of the North Port was Amanda Conway. Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Inspector of the Year out of the South Port was Victor Ramirez. The Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Inspector of the Year was also Victor Ramirez. Next, we'll move to the State Police Special Operations Bureau Officer of the Year. You can make your way to. You can just make your way to Chief Nelson to go along. Special Operations Bureau Officer of the Year is Officer Thomas McClellan.
Good job, Matt.
Next, we'll move to the State Police Special Projects Bureau Dispatcher of the Year. You can please make your way to the chief with the award presentation. That individual was Joseph Guidance. I wasn't able to make it with us here today. Next is the New Mexico State Police Special Projects Bureau Fleet Technician of the Year. You can please make your way to the chief with your award. The Special Projects Bureau Fleet Technician of the Year goes to Mr. Neil Costello. Next, we'll go on to the Civilian of the Year Award. If I can get all the Civilian of the Year awardees to the left of the stage, please. Once your name's called, again, if you can come to the right, and wait until the overall name is announced. Civilians of the Year, all the credit goes to the success of any department goes to the civilian staff. If law enforcement officers, waiting to a vehicle, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was meaning to say, if law enforcement officers are a bunch of kids, these are like the ones that keep everybody on track. Officers want this, need that, want this done right away, and want it done now. And they're the ones that put everybody in focus. So again, without the civilian staff and the Department of Public Safety, it'd be very hard to complete this job and get this job complete. So thank you all for your job. The first civilian of the year out of District 2 is Kirsten Eliza. Civilian of the Year out of District 3 is Florence Liz Michelle, who was unable to be with us here today. Civilian of the Year out of District 4 is Victoria Gonzalez. Civilian of the Year out of District 5 is Esther Medina. Civilian of the Year out of District 6 is Brenda Dillon. Civilian of the Year out of District 7 is Nashima Luhan. Civilian of the Year for District 8 is Scott Long. Civilian of the Year out of District 12 is Felicia Ortiz. Congratulations to all of you. Now, the overall civilian of the year award goes to Nashima Luhan, District 75. Congratulations to all of you. We did it. We got through all the 64 awards. Let's have a big round of applause for everybody that received the award today. Thank you, Ms. Sarah Cox, for putting this program together. Congratulations to everybody who received an award. Everybody, please join us in the lobby. There's refreshments, drinks you can have there. Also, we have some stages set up. You'll see here in the gym. You can take pictures with your loved ones, with the chief and the staff, and as many pictures as you would like. Again, congratulations to everybody. Safe travels home. Thank you.
Take pictures right now.